little bit early for our tour of Longhouse, so we'll have to wait until the ranger comes and opens the gate for us, and then we'll all probably follow him down. Well, we're here at the top of the mesa, and we're heading for Longhouse, and it looks like we get a little break this time. No ladders. This is what we'll call a modern ladder here, but looks like we get the ride for a ways, so that's good. Well, so much for the tram ride. We got 2 flights of stairs here. We're going to go on down there to a trail that's right down there. Quite a walk down, but we're here. There you can see it. I'm going to try and be careful not to keep anybody in here because we're going to put it on YouTube. So you can see the people way up there, their backs, and that's all I want you to see. But there's Longhouse. Well, I'm at Longhouse, and there's a good view of it. We got to go down a couple ladders to get down to the base of it, but I want to show you this canyon here. It's right straight out from Longhouse. Down here, there's an interesting dwelling up there. I don't see any visible way they got up there, but I'm sure that it was either a ladder or they actually crawled up the wall. And there are 2 ladders. We're going to go up that ladder, and then there's a second ladder, and then we'll be up in there. But on around the dwelling. There's some steps. I'm not sure how old those steps are. I'll have to ask, or maybe they'll say. Looking down that valley, coming on around to the dwelling in this alcove. This looks like a big open area. Might have been used for celebrations or meetings, or it was just like a big courtyard. But it's a very large flat area. Very interesting, but thinking militarily, it'd sure be a good place to defend, because you could see anybody coming up at you, unless they were coming over the top. I'm waiting my turn to go on up that ladder. Looks like everybody's in there, so this enclave must go back in there pretty good. Probably a seep spring back in there. And okay, just came up that ladder, and now I'm going to go right up this ladder, right behind that gentleman.
The spear. I'd like to go up against an animal as big as this wall, wouldn't it? You have to be awfully brave, or pretty hungry, or both. Of course, we know they made spear points. We find those embedded in Mastodon and woolly mammoth bones. We call these Folsom and Clovis points. That's how we know that part of the story. But still, I don't want to go up against an animal that big. There's nothing but a spear. But these were what we call Stone Age people, and that means just what it says. They did not know any metals. All they knew was stone and wood and bone.
From the site.
Came down from that direction,
That's so cool.
and then we walked down this path in that big, good-sized courtyard,
That's
or
cool.
plaza. We came up that ladder, and then up this ladder.
Yeah.
So now we're
Now, did they invent
up on
buildings?
top.
That's what I want to know.
going to go around, look at their water source, and probably take a look over there. Looks like a kiva over there. And we'll get some of this other buildings explained to us. There's a stockpile of wood over 800 years old. And we're going to go over here. Looks like must have been their source of water right through there, because I see greenery and some water. The outflow of the sheep well.
You want a picture of yourself?
And more lumber.
That's okay.
Again, over 800 years old. And these little holes in the ground,
May answer that.
those were to collect water.
Puzzling question. Go ahead, come on up a little bit. How did the women own most things? Some archaeologists conjecture this was the man cave. Every clan had its own kiva, these underground ceremonial chambers, where they would conduct religious ceremonies. Also, probably during the day, doubling as a workroom. We do find loom post holes. We know the men did the weaving then and now. So they're probably working during the day, weaving, flint knapping.
Just imagine you're here 1,200 years ago, wake up in the morning, look out your window, and that's what you see. And we got a little short ladder. Guess they don't want us to jump down. Next tour. Up the ladders.
Yep.
And they're going to go back up in there and get a little talk. And now leaving. Going to find our way back.
Man insists we disappeared when we stand here before you. Where did they go? They went where the water was. And that's where their descendants still live today. One final question I had for my Hopi friends. Do your oral histories tell you anything about what the belief system might have been of your ancestors? And they told me, we know what it was. It's the same as it is among us today. The mother of all things, they told me, is the earth. The father is the son. Grandfather is the earth.
Now the hard part. That's heading back. We got to go up that, a lot of switchbacks on the trail. It'll be a climb. And we're saying goodbye. On down the trail. There's the trail. Switchback, gonna go on up. And another little switchback. And there's the stairs. One of two stairways. Came from down there. One more staircase. And then I should be the top where the flat trail is. Up the stairs, on the trail, one more switchback, and then hopefully out. Okay, we're at the overview of Longhouse. We would have come down the trail over there, down a couple stairways and zigzagged down, then walked a path up and down a little bit, and came into Longhouse at that end. Then we'd have walked around, and then we went up where that taller house is, and then we walked in behind it, saw the sheep well and a big log pile that was over 800 years old, and then we came out over on this side and on out the same way we came in.